Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Divisive issue, probably, some people, but fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck them. So, trans killer charged with attacking female prison guard in women's prison. So, him there. I believe he's called Pete or something. What's this? Right, see the article. Sign up to read this article for free. No. Oh, look at this. It's done us. It's absolutely done us. Can I get rid of it? I don't want to sign up. So anyway, trans killer charged with attacking female prison guard in women's wing. Assault raises questions over why murderer Paris Green, who I think is called Peter, was placed in a woman's section of HMP Edinburgh. So we can see the man, woman there. We're seeing him at the start. We'll block his face anyway, because we want to. Yeah, it's the whole back to the old issue of transgender, changing gender. Should this man be in a woman's prison and again attack the guard, a woman? I mean, unfortunately, uh, reality. I mean, and this is proved. This isn't being sexist, right? This is reality, and this is proved ultimately by something we've got called the Olympics, right? And the Olympic records of men and women show, without doubt, that men and women are different, right? All the Olympic records for all the sports prove that men and women physically are different due to the time set for the 100 metres, for everything. To be honest, men can run faster, men can throw further. Men are stronger in nature. It's just the way we're built. It's nothing to do with being sexist. Sure, women can go to the gym and get strong and muscular and be stronger than some men. But in general, before that woman goes to the gym, and in general, men are stronger and faster than women, and the Olympic records are proof of this, right? That's there's no arguing with that, unfortunately, for you people. There's no arguing with it. The Olympic records prove that men are stronger and faster than women. So, by our nature, we're stronger. Forget about the faster, but I mean, I suppose it does apply as well, really, when you're attacking somebody, or even in a boxing match, the boxer that's faster can have the upper hand. You know what I mean? So speed is a factor, I suppose, but strength is the ultimate factor. And most men, upon the average woman, the average man, would be able to subdue or beat a woman up because we're just stronger and faster, to be honest. And it's not a sexist thing. It's just the way of things, in my opinion. And again, the Olympic records are sort of proof of it. So, my opinion personally, as many people probably know in videos before, is I don't think you can change sex. I think this man is deluded. I think if it was over 100 years ago, we'd have probably locked him up in a mental asylum. And rightly so, you're deluded. You think you're a woman when you're a man, and there's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, you can't change your sex. It's decided. It's out of your hands and decided before your birth in the womb. And if you want, you can say by God, but if you don't believe in a God, you can just say by genetics. Then it's decided. But ultimately, it's not decided for you. It's one kind of decision in this life that you do not get to make. And say it was a godly decision. All the Satanists and the atheists, and say there is a God. You're going back on God's decision there and changing God's decision, so that probably won't go down well upon judgment. You kind of, in my opinion, you have to roll with the punches. You have to go with the cards that you were dealt, and some of us might like to be women, and some of us might like to be men. But unfortunately, in this life, you didn't get that. And if there's a such thing as reincarnation, you'll maybe get that in the next life. You know what I mean? But in this life, you did not achieve that. You were born the man or the woman you were born. And in my opinion, it doesn't matter what you take, what tablets you take, what you chop off, you'll still never be a woman. So a man can chop his penis off, but will that man ever have a womb? And the answer's no. So for me, what defines a woman is the ability to birth and continue the species. The man has the seed, so to speak, but the woman has the womb and does the carrying and the growing and giving the birth, which I mean, in fairness, the woman does all the hard work. It's all the hard work done by the woman, and I think it is a bit of an insult when men like this claim to be a woman and can't do any of the things that women can actually do, and um, being a mother as well and having the motherly nurture or whatever you want to call it. Again, it's a woman thing, and you see this in a way as well in the sexes when with the parents as well. And it kind of is the woman's the loving and the nurture, and the man's a bit more stern and the rule giver, and he kind of the male should kind of set you up for being moral and what's the words I'm looking for, and being just and all this kind of things, and being the rule giver, so to speak. The male should be, and administer the punishments as well, possibly if the rules are broken. The mother is like the home preparer and the lover, and I mean, these are the traditional roles. You know what I'm speaking of here. These are sort of the traditional roles, but in my opinion, these traditional roles worked for thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of years. The traditional roles have worked. And it's kind of how you keep the family in order, to be honest. You have the love from one side. You don't get me wrong, you have the love from the father, but it's also the discipline. The discipline comes from the father, and back to men being stronger and um, what we're talking about here. Again, it's a well known, or it's a well documented statistic that a lot of young lads that from a broken home and go with the mother and not the father. A lot of them, there's a very high statistic that these people go off the rails and fall into drugs and things like that because they don't have the discipline in the household of the male and the father, and he is in effect, because sometimes you need to beat your children, unfortunately. It's not a popular opinion, but yeah, in my opinion, you do need to sometimes beat your children, and we've done that for hundreds and thousands of years, and unfortunately, the only thing that truly works on the human being is fear. The only thing that ever really gets us to do something, even stuff we don't want to do, is fear. And the people in charge have known this for a long time. This is what COVID was all about. How do you think they got vaccines in everybody? They scared everybody to death via the media and the news, saying that everybody was going to die, and basically, if you didn't get this, you were done for. And through fear, they managed to get at least 80% of the world, every country, 80% population, 80% of the world, through fear, to get a vaccine they did not need. So fear works, to be honest. Fear works. So you kind of need the male and the female, for me, to be parents, to do separate roles, and the discipline comes from the father more than the mother. And again, the statistics of kids going with the mother and breakups and going off the rails when the male is quite very high, in fact. And yeah, there's a link there. So men, in my opinion, can't be women. But this here, this is we've had the toilet debate as well on this channel, and should men who claim to be women or want to be women be allowed in women's toilets? And a lot of women who kind of for this transgender whole affair draw the line on the bathroom debate, but don't want them in the bathrooms. So my sort of answer to that is well, you're not really for it then. If you're not, you're either in or you're out, and if you're not in, you're out. And if you don't want them to use your bathrooms, you're out. So you, in effect, do not see these people as women because you do not want them to go into your bathroom. So you don't see them as women, and in my opinion, they're not women. So, in my opinion, they shouldn't be allowed in the women's bathroom. And actually had this debate with someone in a pub I owned when one of them tried to use the bathroom and someone complained. They had to do something about it. I think that tail's in the other video, so I won't say that again. But yeah, it's the whole bathroom debate, but then the whole prison debate's maybe another level here. You know what I mean? Like fair enough a bathroom, but a prison is in a way, well, you've got bathrooms and showers in prison, so it's part and parcel of daily life and a prison. But as well, you could share a cell possibly with another woman, and when it comes down to fights, which inevitably happen in prison, the man's got the upper hand here. You know what I mean? And in effect, it's wrong for me. Yeah, this is wrong as well. Just like the bathroom thing is wrong. Putting men that think they're women in female prisons is wrong, and they should be in men's prisons. And it doesn't matter, in my opinion, what you think. Right, what you think's irrelevant. Right, there's always a fact of a matter. There's a fact of a matter for me for everything, and what you think is irrelevant for me. The fact of the matter is the fact of the matter, and what you think's the fact of the matter is irrelevant. It's if it's not what if you think isn't what the fact of the matter is, then you're wrong, so it's irrelevant. So, to me, it's a very divisive issue, but again, most people, like, that's the thing, it's even half of the people who are for this transgender thing, they're not really for it because they're not for the bathroom thing, they're not for the prison thing. So, in effect, you're not for it. But again, I just thought I'd mention this because it's ridiculous to me, to be honest. It's ridiculous that this even happens, that we're putting men who think they're women in women's prisons, and then they're beating the crap out of the guards because the guards will sometimes be women. But look, I mean, it's a man. You know what I mean? It's a man. It doesn't matter if you grow your hair long, mate. You know what I mean? Like we can all grow our hair long. That's no sign you're a woman. So yeah, well, I don't know what's happened now. Oh, we've lost the. Oh, there he is. There he is. We'll look into the eyes of the deluded. I mean, we could put Marvin here as well. That would probably work as well, to be honest. So imagine Marvin here. You would also be looking, or Sue. Imagine this is Sue. This could be Sue. So yeah, it's not for me. Yeah, I've already made videos about this and the whole transgender debate, but I'm not for it. I'm not for it at all. I don't believe in it. I think people are deluded, and you kind of have to just live like when I was young. This wasn't an option. Nobody when I was young said, "Do you want to be a boy? Or do you want to be a girl?" And well, I'll be a girl. You know what I mean? I was never given the option, to be honest, because there was no option to be given. It's not an option. So the fact that we're giving people the option these days as well, this is why the world's gone ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So any good parent, in my opinion, any good parent stamp this out. They'll stamp this out. They wouldn't go with the social norms and how we're told we have to be. A good parent, in my opinion, would stamp this out. And again, this is just my opinion. You maybe don't agree, but yeah, we're all allowed our opinions. That's the beauty of it. We're all allowed our opinions, and this is mine. So no bathroom for me, no prison for me, and in my opinion, none of these people are the sex they claim to be. They are the sex that they were born. I'll leave it there, people. Peace.